The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of Digi-all. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to Digi-all Tech News. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. We've got a packed show today with some major stories from the intersection of AI, politics, and entertainment. From a brewing conflict between an AI company and the Pentagon, to the Supreme Court weighing in on AI-generated art, and even Hollywood's first fully AI actor. Let's dive in. Anthropic's Claude AI tops Apple's App Store as the company faces a national security designation from the Pentagon over contract disputes. The war with Iran is scrambling the politics of AI as the Trump administration clashes with Anthropic over ethics boundaries while reportedly using their tools for military operations. The US Supreme Court declines to hear a dispute over copyrights for AI-generated material, reinforcing that human authorship remains a bedrock requirement. New research challenges AI job displacement fears, showing that industries exposed to AI actually maintain or increase employment levels. Hollywood faces controversy as Tilly Norwood, a fully AI-generated actor, expands into the rapidly growing Tillyverse. First up, Anthropic is having quite a week. Yesterday, their Claude AI models experienced what they called elevated errors, with degraded performance on their latest Claude Opus 4.6 model. But here's what's fascinating: even with technical hiccups, the Claude app maintained its position as the top free app on Apple's App Store. Why the surge in popularity? It turns out this follows a major fallout with the Department of Defense. Anthropic had signed a $200 million contract with the Pentagon back in July, but tensions flared when Anthropic demanded assurances that their AI wouldn't be used for autonomous weapons or mass domestic surveillance. The Pentagon wanted unrestricted use. The result? President Trump ordered all government agencies to immediately cease using Anthropic's technology, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced the Pentagon would label the company a supply chain risk to national security. Hours later, OpenAI swooped in with their own Defense Department deal. The situation gets even more complex when you look at the political dimensions. On Friday, Secretary Hegseth and President Trump publicly disparaged Anthropic as a radical woke company run by left-wing nutjobs. But here's the disconnect. Just hours later, the US military reportedly used those very same tools to help carry out strikes in Iran. This reveals how AI has become deeply embedded in America's war plans for planning scenarios, intelligence briefings, and even target identification. The core tension? Anthropic's leadership comes from the effective altruism movement, focused on AI safety and alignment, while the Trump administration's AI czar, David Sachs, represents the accelerationist camp, which believes any regulation hurts US competitiveness against China. Even some accelerationists are now criticizing Hegseth's actions, with former White House official Dean Ball publishing a lengthy critique arguing the move's strike at private property principles. In other legal news, the US Supreme Court has declined to hear an appeal from computer scientist Stephen Thaler regarding whether AI-generated art can be copyrighted. Thaler's case involved a piece called A Recent Entrance to Paradise, created by his AI system, Dabus. The Copyright Office rejected his application in 2022, ruling that creative works must have a human author. Lower courts upheld this decision, with a federal judge calling human authorship a bedrock requirement of copyright. The Trump administration urged the court not to hear the appeal, aligning with the Copyright Office's stance. This isn't Thaler's first rodeo. The court also rejected his similar case in 2023, involving AI-generated inventions. For now, the precedent stands firm: AI-generated material without human involvement cannot receive copyright protection. Let's talk about the AI and jobs debate for a moment. There's been a lot of fear-mongering lately. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei predicts AI could take half of all white-collar jobs in 4 years, potentially causing 20% unemployment. AI investor Matt Schumer claims nothing that can be done on a computer is safe. But new research tells a different story. A survey of 6,000 chief executives across 4 countries shows they expect AI to reduce employment by just 0.7% over the next 3 years. An analysis of over 12,000 European firms found that AI adoption boosts productivity without affecting employment. And research from late last year reveals that industries more exposed to AI actually maintain or increase employment compared to less exposed sectors. It seems automation's benefits for making societies richer might be outweighing the displacement fears. Finally, Hollywood is grappling with a new kind of performer. Tilly Norwood is a fully AI-generated actor, part of something called the Tillyverse, a digital universe where AI characters can collaborate and build artificial acting careers. Particle 6, the company behind Tilly, just announced they're expanding rapidly and have recruited Amazon executive Mark Whelan from Prime Video to head strategy and operations for their AI talent studio Shikoya. Whelan says they're crafting every layer of Tilly's world, from her humor and daily life to how she interacts with fans across platforms. Not everyone's thrilled about this. The Actors Union SAG-AFTRA blasted the studio for using stolen performances to put actors out of work, emphasizing that Tilly is not an actor, but a character generated by a computer program. As AI continues to blur the lines between human and machine creativity, this debate is only going to intensify. That's our show for today. From the Pentagon's clash with Anthropic to the Supreme Court's stance on AI copyrights, and from reassuring employment data to Hollywood's AI actor controversy, it's clear that artificial intelligence continues to challenge our legal frameworks, political alliances, and creative industries. We'll keep following these stories as they develop. Thank you for staying informed with Digi-all Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.